up, guys? It's your boy Tway here. This will be a video on, well, guess what? We got a new soul weapon batch leak, and let's just go over it. Now, the reasons for my absence was very simple. My computer broke down, had to switch up some gear, cost me a lot of money, so not liking that. But yeah, I'm back, baby, coming up with a lot more videos. But let's get into the easy stuff. Chaotic video, soul weapons. I haven't read them yet. Let's go. So first off, we got ourselves Cassandra, and she's a PvP character for all that I know, but I'm not quite sure how her charm factor works, so put that into the comments if I do get it wrong. So what you get is you get Gold Breeze, 10 seconds attack speed increase. Okay, debatable if it's good. Dealing magic damage to all enemies, and the magic damage they take up by 25%. Okay, that's pretty good. Up on this, using the skill inflicts charm to enemies for 5 seconds. Now, the thing about charm is I don't know what it actually does, but maybe it has to do with people hitting each other, something like that. So put that into the comments once again. I don't quite know. Charge the skill up on 4 times. Oh wait, charge the skill activation requirements on 3 times. So imagine you have a super fast mana Cassandra, right? You pop all of your skills in one go. Guess what? Within probably 5 to 10 seconds, you can get your soul weapon up. Get that charm up. People on the enemy killing each other and whatever. So that seems pretty good. But there's more. Advancement phase 2. Mana recovery of all allies by literally two blocks, right? And increases the crit damage for the duration of the skill. So that is crit damage onto a whole team. So if you have multiple damage sources that comes with a Cassandra, that seems pretty damn viable, guys. I'm surprised. This one is really good. Demail, or Demail, whatever you want to call him. Let's see what he can do. So for all I know about Demail, he is a wall killer onto PvP. I'm not quite sure how he does against other teams, but he could be doing pretty well for PvE. I'm not liking him all that much. But let's check it out. So you deal frontal damage to enemies, inflicting them with Curse of the Moon, 10 seconds. That will give you 25% increased magical damage and heal rate reduction 25%. And you can get your own crit damage increase. So it powers yourself up, does some damage. And the bigger question would be within the frontal enemy damage that it gives. Because obviously if you have just one target that this works on, you kill the target, guess what? Then it seems like a pretty useless soul weapon in terms of this factor, right? But what if you're facing a wall, 3 enemies up front, and you're hitting all of them? What if the stacks will be hitting onto all of these guys? That would be a pretty neat thing. Now, the downside to me would be the charges up on 5 times. He has pretty nasty cooldowns, except for the skill 1. But since you're fighting a wall team, for instance, where he's good at, the chances of you proccing it is still pretty high. Okay, so I can see this work. Increases damage by 50% and changes the magic damage to 45%. So this 25% will become 45, and this damage will become 150k. And we still don't know much about how it will be equalized in terms of damage, but let's say it could be good. Not quite sure. And advancement 2, for the duration of the skill, increases attack by 40%. Now that is really good. Okay, moving on. Dosarda. Now I'm quite curious about this one myself. I'm a Dosarda user onto my magic team, and let's see how well that works. Oof! Increases P block chance of all allies by 500. That is 50% block chance right off the bat. Wow. Afterward, deals magical damage near self every 3 seconds and inflicts the target with silence for 1 second. Okay. So if you get it up on the startup, right, you can get 4 seconds of silence on 10 seconds of total. I like that. But there's more. Creating a shield that grants immunity to crowd control and absorb damage equal to 300% of Dosarda's attack for 4 seconds on an ally with the lowest HP. Now, I'm instantly thinking, if you would pair this with a diving team, let's say a Fluss, a Syria, a Cecilia, for instance, that all have to cope with CC immunity, or the fact that they don't have it. Now, the fact that they do, and granting them a shield on top of that, pairing Dosarda with a diving team seems to be pretty solid. Okay, but let's move over to the advancement phase 1. The magic damage increase that the enemy for just 5 seconds. Now this seems a little bad. Just 5 seconds isn't a whole lot. Changes the number of targets applied to the... Ooh! You got 3 shields? Holy shit! Yo, that is some good stuff right there. Wow. Now, we all know that the attack of Dosarda isn't all that much. Like, I think overall, you get about maybe, like even on the higher end, you get about, let's say, 100k attack. Get 300% on top of that, that's 300k attack shield. Now, if you compare that to a Loman shield, for instance, it's not that much. Like Loman shield on an average gets about, I don't know, 500k damage. Maybe a little bit more. I'd have to check into that. But still, having that CC immunity, pretty solid. Okay. Esker. Now, there's a lot of Esker users out there, me included. So I'm kind of curious for this one as well. So, and rolls the dice depending on the number of dice and the dots. Immediately reduces cooldown of Esker's next soul weapon use by... We get a spamming soul weapon? By 10% and increases the attack of all allies by 12% for 60 seconds. A 60-second buff? What? Oh, hell no. 60-second buff? And we have a cooldown timer? So does this stack? The attack boost can be stacked up to 5 times. So you can get an all... Yo, this will amp up my world boss 1 damage by so much because I got multiple damage sources. One of them being Esker, Audi, Theo. We got all sorts of shimmy right there. Oh my god. Yo, and the... oh my god. Advancement phase 1 get it up to 7 times. Yo. That is... Oh, yo. I thought Veronica's one was gonna be broken. This one is even more broken. The defense penetration of all allies per stack gain is 50. Now do that times 7. Whoa. Yo, and the uptime of this stuff is insanely high. And the reason why this cooldown of Esker's soul weapon is really useful, man, I'm not sure about the number of dices that are rolled and the 10% that comes with that, but the attack increase on this one is insane. And the fact that it is used on a whole team is pretty solid. Yo, this one is broken. Okay, Levril. Now, I'm looking forward to this. I was, honestly, if I would compare a physical priest, then we would get Mediana, and Mediana to me sounded like a little bit mediocre. So let's see if Levril is anything better. Aisha, blah blah blah. Damage to all enemies, inflicting the soul of mischief. Okay, sounds good. Seems like her S3. Take increased magical damage and have their heal rate reduced by 8% for 7 seconds. Okay, but just 8% doesn't sound like a whole lot. Or does this stack? Afterward, every time Levril uses a skill for 10 seconds, she inflicts magical damage to and inflict them to the soul of mischief can be up to 3 times. So we get a 26% magic damage increase. And she does a little bit of damage. I don't like this one. This one is bad. Or at least on paper, it just sounds bad. Because within those 7 seconds, and the fact that you have pretty high cooldown skills, right? And I'm not manualing Levril on World Boss 3. It doesn't seem like a very good one, to be honest. I don't like it. Okay, changes the maximum number of stacks of mischief to 4. That doesn't change the fact that you have to deal with cooldown. So I don't like it. Increases the effect of soul mischief by 50%. So instead of 8%, you get 12%. And that is the actual magic damage that you do. She's not made to do damage. Honestly, like, I'd have to see it in person, but I'm not impressed. Actually not. Because you can get 4 of them, Soul of Mischief extra. That means you can get 12 times 4. That's 48% extra damage by getting an Advancement Phase 2 weapon. Now, if we would compare this simply to Esker that we just saw. Ugh. Charges up over 22 seconds. Oh, we didn't really check on the Esker one. Oh, charges up onto using your skill 6 times. Dude, that's nothing. That's nothing because it's so easy to stack his skills. The cooldown is super low, so you would have to manual Esker because otherwise you would be like spamming your soul weapon for no reason. But Livril one, oh my god, that one is bad. Oh, Lucia. Now, I've been thinking. I've recently picked up Aisha. Actually liking the character. But Lucia is still one of those characters where I'm feeling like, oh, I like her kit for some reason. So let's check it out. Okay, increasing Lucia attack by 40%. See, there we go. That seems like it's good. Magical damage increase for 12%. Or for 12 seconds for 20%. Pretty good. Afterward, deals frontal damage. Ooh, it's over 10 times on the enemy and heals all eyes. Oh! Yo, so you can heal your other players. Nice. After 10 seconds, magic damage dealt. If the target is a boss, it deals an additional damage. So this is basically something that does a lot and a lot of damage. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Charges up on dealing damage 60 times. Now her stacks and her blood stacks, I think that one deals extra damage, but I'm not quite sure how fast this will be. So that could be debatable. But having an 8-second cooldown reduction, so this will be 15 seconds. That's not a whole lot, but you still have to stack all of these numbers, right? There's 7 available uses, so I could see her coming back on World Boss 1. Could she be used anywhere else? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how she would deal in World Boss 3 or anything else for that matter. But, oh my god, Advancement Phase 2 seems pretty good. Increases damage by 70% and changes the attack boost to 60%. Okay, so you get just about... Well, I like the 70% damage because this thing seems to be like it's supposed to do damage. So all I can say, the moment there are soul weapons that do damage, they mainly look pretty, really pretty. So, I'd have to see this work. Hopefully we have Hiki D. Like, he is one of my old guildies. He's rocking Lucia, so I'm kind of curious what he thinks about this one. But I can see this work. All right, we got Lowman up in the building. Now, honestly, I'm making a PvP team consisting of Kane, Chase, Lowman, and probably either Lucius or Yuno. I'm thinking Lucius more because I just like the character. But let's see if Lowman is really good. Okay, summon a soul wave of protection. Okay. Frontal damage to enemies, stunning them for 3 seconds. Afterward, for 10 seconds, increases all allies' attack. Oh, this is comparable to... I'm liking it. This is pretty good. So it increases attack with 30% plus the equalizer onto Loma's attack by himself and increases magical defense by 30%. So this could be World Boss 2. Wow, while recovering 1,000 mana of all allies every 3 seconds. So you get 3 orbs of mana while popping this skill. Now that could be pretty insane, but the fact is it charges up over 22 seconds. Now on PvP, that's quite bad, right? 22 seconds, most PvP rounds get just done within the first 10 or 15 seconds, especially if you face like heavy burst teams. So will you be using this in PvP? I don't know, I think so, but if you do, however, that is pretty sick. Okay, wow, and it becomes better. Heals all allies equal to 12% HP and dispels negative effects for every 3 seconds. Yo. Yo, that thing is fucking broken. But here's another thing. That means Loman is godlike onto IMED 7 and 8. And here I am stuck with my claws. But wow. That is really good. Because you got 10 seconds. Let's say you get the first pop, you get 4 pops out of this, right? The moment you pop the skill, that is the first second that is equated. On the 4th second, the 7th second, and the 10th second, you will get a heal and a dispel. So you get a full heal 4 times of 48%. That's almost 50% heal. If I do think this through. So the advancement phase 1 is that is pretty godlike. I can see this definitely working IMED 7 and 8. Okay. And the 22-second charge is actually pretty, well, not that good because the cooldown is 22 seconds. I'm not sure if the timer starts the moment you pop the skill. If it does happen, however, it takes you 32 or 34 seconds of cooldown. No, it's 32. And otherwise, there's 44 seconds whenever you can pop this one every single time. So on IMED, it's not really that good. But I can see this work. Okay, advancement phase 2. We still haven't rocked that one. Reduces the skill activation requirement by 6. Oh! PvP. And increases P damage the target takes by 35% for 10 seconds. This one is godlike. I don't know what to tell you guys. This one is monstrous when it comes to PvP. Because that would mean like every 16 seconds, you can be popping this skill, healing your team, dispelling your team. What? Yo. And mind you, you get a lot of base attack while having a soul weapon. Something that you do not get by just getting the unique weapon, right? So having the soul weapon and upgrading that, which is easy for an NPC, right? Because it's equal to every single one of the characters. That means this one? Wow, that could be pretty broken. I'm liking it. Oh, we got May up in the building. Oh, this could be another game changer. Oh, okay. Healing a total of whatever over 10 seconds, increasing attack on the allies with the highest attack by 4% for 120 seconds every 3 seconds. Oh, so this ramps up because the attack boost effect can be stacked up to 15 times. So you get a 60% attack at the last part. And upon activation, there is a chance to get a 30% chance to get 2 stacks at a time. Okay, so it basically ramps up, but it's only for your main damage dealer. But still, if I look at the charges up over time, this can be used pretty nicely. Only downside, once again, you're never gonna manual May, ever. So you will be probably out of skill uses, soul weapon skill uses, within the first half of a world boss. So, not liking it all that much. But changes the maximum stacks to 20. Wow. That is 80% attack on your main damage dealer. Now that could definitely work some shimmy onto some world boss teams. Okay, and the last advancement phase, it gets it up to 50%. So, meaning that if you're really lucky, you get that ramp up really early in the game and you still got 120 seconds to pop the rest of the cherry. Because if you time this correctly, 120 seconds that this is rocking, if you do manual this soul weapon, it could be really good. And I'm not quite sure because it's 120 seconds. If you pop it a second time after you've used it, what would happen to your current stacks? Would it still be the same or does it reset? Like that would be the biggest question to this one. Okay, let's move on. Nyla. Now, I got a friend on the stream that was talking about his Nyla blood. I hope you like this one. Okay, let's see. Increases own attack by 40% for 10 seconds for the duration of the skill. Deals P damage to frontal enemies every 3 seconds. Okay. Hit enemies are inflicted with a curse, taking 30% more P damage. Okay, once again, so you get a uptime of 15 seconds if I do have this correctly. Heal rating reduced. If the target is a boss, the curse of Baroro is up by I'm liking it. So it is 45% physical damage when you're rocking a boss. I'm liking that. Yo! Advancement phase 1 petrifies the hit enemy for 3 seconds. So that is, I'm assuming this is whenever you pop the skill and not with 10 seconds, right? No, this is more petrification because it deals frontal damage every 3 seconds. This is what it says. So it sounds like you're stun locking somebody. Ugh. Yo, okay. Changes the skill activation to 4 times and increases the duration of soul by 3 seconds. Now that is pretty insane. So not only does it amp up your damage, it amps up the duration. So the 10 seconds becomes 13 seconds. Oh, this could be pretty good, but it's very good like from the start. Getting it to A1 is even better, but it, nice. And it only takes up 4 times the skills on A2, 5 times on that, and her skill cooldowns are pretty low. Better yet, if you go up to a huge AoE, you can get the S3 perk where you can just spam your skill. So the uptime of this skill can be pretty good. Do this in PvP as well, then I think this could do something. Honestly, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Nikki, oh, I'm looking forward to this one because I've been thinking of making a Nikki even further than what I had because I got a unique weapon for her, obviously for IMET. But let's see. Mace of a Rehabilitation. I'm not sure who came up with that, but that was some good stuff. Okay, dealing damage, physical damage to enemies within range of self. Now, I'm hoping that is the same range of her S2 skill. Okay, every normal attack and skill attack inflicts irremovable stack of Grudge of Heartening. Increasing P damage the target takes by 2% and reducing reducing attack by 2% for, oh my god. Yo, this is straight up working for IMET too. That is godlike. Reducing its attack by 2%. So that means you can stack this up, I feel. After 10 seconds, all attack on the enemies. Attacks all enemies, dealing damage, inflicting stun. Grudge of Heartening can be stacked up to 10 times, which cannot be removed. So this will be great for IMET. This will be absolutely insane for IMET. Just on like a soul weapon starter, right? That one is pretty insane. It can be stacked up to 10 times. If the target is a boss, all the effects are increased by 2. That's 40% damage reduction. And the P damage that gets it. Oh my god, this, like, I'm judging most of these soul weapons by their very first buy, right? And this one on a very first buy is insane. Same goes with Esker. That one is godlike on the very first. On the advancement 0. Wow. Yo, and it changes the skill and the activation requirements to 4 times. This means you can get a lot of uptime. Changes the maximum number of stacks of Grudge to 15. Wait a second. So you get 2 times 15. That is 30% with on bosses. So that is 60% of both physical damage amp and attack reduction. Now, if you mind you guys that the cooldowns of Nikki, especially if you get Unique Treasure 2, gets lowered by a lot. This one is pretty bust. Oh, this one is bust ass. I'm liking it. Like the advancement 1, it doesn't do a whole lot because their cooldowns are pretty low either way. But this, definitely a game changer for IMET. Definitely a game changer on IMET because that means we're taking 40% reduced damage while this guy is just spinning around his boomerangs. Ugh, liking it. Nice. Audi. Oh, the raccoon dog. Let's go. Increases crit damage of the ally with the highest attack by 80%. Ugh, for 15 seconds. That's pretty good. And reducing the cooldown of all skills by 1 second every second. Wow. So if you got a high spammable character, like let's say you rock a Esker, for instance, right? You rock him in World Boss 3. You need that ramp up, right? Think Vel'Kazar. You need that ramp up. The moment you pop this skill, that cooldown will be lowered, and if you do have enough mana, that means you can ramp up your S3 on Esker insanely high. Now that I think about it, that is pretty godlike. Yo, let's see, that is once again on a very first advancement, or advancement 0. Pretty godlike. Okay, let's look at the rest. Charges up over 23 seconds, don't care. 7 available uses, so that is a full boss duration. For the duration of the skill, increases target's defense penetration by 350. Okay, good. Changes the number of targets to 3? Yo, this is the exact amount that I need onto my World Boss 1. Because I got multiple damage sources. The only downside that I have is I'm not having the mana uptime. So I may just want to have to switch a net for Shade to get the mana uptime. But that means with the cooldown, I forgot about the biggest cunt, Cecilia. We get even more ramp up. Yo, this is insane. Yo, this one is broken. Just from the start. Broken. Nice. I like it. Reina. Okay, now, I'm not a Reina user. I know she's heavy spammable, heavy mana. Let's see what she can do. Increases attack by 60. Wow, that's a lot. For 12 seconds. Nice. For the duration of the skill, increases damage float like a butterfly by 50%. Isn't that like her main damage? Put that into the comments, please. Okay, for the duration of the skill, increases own defense penetration by 500. Okay. Charges up on using skills 10 times. That's nothing. We got 7 available uses. That's nothing. So the uptime will be pretty insane. Increases the number of the duration of the skill by 5 seconds and changes the damage boost float like a butterfly to 100%. Yo. Put something, Reina users, put something into the comment, because I think this one is broken beyond repair. I think this is one of the most damaging dealing soul weapons that is going to be out here. Because we have an uptime of 17 seconds, lots of main damage potential increase, and the float like a butterfly. I'd have to look at some of the skills, but oh my god, that would be sick. Requena, I'm not liking her, but let's go. 10 seconds, deal physical damage plus tickle every stack of tickle, and blah blah blah, and the hit target will be petrified for 1 second. Okay, that's pretty good. But charges up on dealing damage 70 times. That's not gonna happen in PvP. Nice. I don't care. So that means Requena is not used anywhere else, actually, in any content, I think. All damage to the enemy. Oh my god. Okay, now she could be good with the advancement phase 1, because increases all damage the hit enemy takes by 30% for 10 seconds. Right? And the poison inflicted upon the target every second. The hit target will be petrified for 1 second. So it sounds like you're having a stun, and on top of that, you still got an extra amount of 10 seconds extra. So let's see if you get the last 10-second tick. Can you get another 10 seconds of 30% extra damage, overall damage? That is pretty good. Oh my god, and it becomes bigger. The duration of the soul increases by another 5 seconds. So that means the damage overall seems pretty good. And the amp that you get from it seems pretty solid as well. Still, I'm not liking it. Rodina. The lady that just like 8 shots a boss or something. Okay. Increasing on crit damage by 10 seconds for the duration of the skill, deals physical damage, ignores defense every 2 seconds. Now, the ignore defense is always broken. And inflicts stun on the hit target for 2 seconds. If the target is a boss, the stun duration is increased by another 2 seconds. So you get basically a 4-second stun. Now, I don't see Rudina being used anywhere outside of the challenge raids. I think I don't think you see her in World Boss 2, but whatever. Like, it sounds pretty broken, especially the defense ignore, and we still don't know about the numbers of this, but it could be pretty good. And the crit damage by 100, like, she didn't need extra damage, right? Okay, increases the damage by 50%. Nice. Increases damage by 50% and gains immunity to CC. Now that one is pretty broken if you get it into World Boss 2. Am I liking this overall? Yeah, I'm not a Rodina player, so I honestly don't care. Tanya. Oh, there's a lot of text over here. She's an assassin. So let's see if we got the flush shimmy. Increases own attack for 10 seconds. 50% extra attack. Afterward, with a typo, hits the enemy with the lowest P defense 4 times every 3 seconds. Okay, and you deal a total damage of this much. Okay, could be good, especially with the lowest P defense. So we think about one-shotting, right? But the question is, if a person dies during that time, will it go to the other defense player? Okay, that's the question. If the target is 50 HP or above, it hits reduce. No, this hit reduces target P defense by 5% for 5 seconds. Okay, and this can be stacked up. So the moment she's attacking something with a lot of HP, you're downing that. Okay, I like it. If the target is below, it hits 2 times the damage and it will be a critical hit. Now, I'm not sure about this last part, but if there's a lot of critical resistance and it will be a critical hit, then this could basically one-shot your backliners. Because if you look at the item sets, the wizard class has the lowest P defense of all of them. So she is like, this soul weapon is basically meant to one-shot a backliner. Liking this. Okay, I can see this one. Okay, charges up over 18 seconds. There's a lot of uses in it. Charges skill activation of requirements of 14 seconds. Okay, so that, like, Tanya's one of those characters that has some built-in survivability. So that's pretty good. And changes the P defense reduction to 7%. And woof! So you get 7% P defense reduction stacked up to 10 times. Liking it. And the boost damage effect is now below 50%. As 3.6 times the time. I'm not sure what the 6 means here, but that is pretty good. So if I'd have to know which one are broken, Reina broken, Audie broken on the first one, Nikki broken on the first one. I'm liking Nyla, not liking May since you have to manual her, which you should not do. Loman, godlike. Levicia, I'm looking forward to how it looks. Lavril, not good. Esker, godlike. We got Dosarda. I think I like it, not quite sure. Demael, not a player. Cassandra, looking pretty broken for PvP. I guess that rounds it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Put it into the comments. But for now, once again, Toby. Peace!